few athletes have as much to anticipate in 2025 as Caitlin Clark. Following an extraordinary 2024 characterized by numerous individual awards, yet lacking in collective championships, both with Iowa and the Indiana Fever, Clark embarks on her second WNBA season with a new head coach and the insights garnered from her rookie year with the Fever. The Rookie of the Year played a pivotal role in the Fever's inaugural playoff appearance since 2016, while the team also achieved its highest victory total, 20, since 2015. Furthermore, she redefined the record books by becoming the NCAA Division I all-time scoring leader for both men and women throughout her collegiate tenure and by establishing the WNBA single-season assist record, 337, among a plethora of other accomplishments. As the emblem of women's basketball, Clark remains a significant figure in the game despite her current disengagement. She recently expressed her discontent with the transfer portal during an episode of the New Heights podcast, labeling it insanity and expressing concern regarding its effect on the amateur ethos of college athletics. However, her perspective is somewhat misinformed, as the portal has empowered athletes and aligned the treatment of college athletes more closely with that of regular students. Although Clark concedes the advantages of nil contracts, contending that athletes should have equivalent opportunities as other students, her critiques of these contracts appear inconsistent. The treatment of student athletes has always deviated from that of typical students, but with the advent of nil, the attention and recognition these individuals garner now results in distinctly different treatment compared to their peers. The NCAA's updated regulations grant athletes the liberty to transfer institutions without limitations, akin to non-athlete students, which has enhanced the visibility and advancement of sports, particularly women's basketball. Far from detracting from college athletics, both the transfer portal and nil contracts have facilitated record-breaking attendance and heightened exposure for women's sports, benefiting luminaries like Clark and her contemporaries. The professionalization of college athletics has yielded not only financial prosperity but also elevated visibility for underrepresented sports, ranging from basketball to softball, with nil leading this evolution. It is important to acknowledge that the nil is relatively new in legal terms, which accounts for the considerable controversy it has sparked in its initial years. As time progresses, scenarios involving the transfer portal are expected to become increasingly prevalent and will undoubtedly prove advantageous for college athletics. In the upcoming season, which is set to commence in May, Clark and the Indiana Fever will welcome a new head coach, Stephanie White. White served as head coach the last time the Fever advanced to the finals in 2016 and was named WNBA Coach of the Year in 2023. Clark's impact was a critical element in the WNBA's record-setting 2024 season, which achieved unprecedented levels in television ratings, attendance, merchandise sales, and more. For now, we can observe her continued extraordinary performance, bearing in mind that she is merely 22 years old. Caitlin Clark is creating a buzz outside of the game with a succinct 5-word statement that has captivated fans. As the Fever approaches a pivotal season, Clark's remarks have ignited a wave of motivation, highlighting her leadership and unwavering support for her teammate, Aaliyah Boston. This assertive expression transcends mere words. It establishes a standard for unparalleled effort and underlines Clark's undeniable influence within the locker room. The moment that has gone viral? Clark's witty yet empowering remark on a recent Instagram post by Boston, "You slay my glorious queen." These 5 words have gained significant traction, resonating with the fanbase and exemplifying the strength of the relationship between these two athletes. It emphasizes the importance of not only celebrating one another's accomplishments on the court but also reinforcing support off it, with both frequently exchanging affection and encouragement online. This instance is not an isolated occurrence of their public support for one another. Following Clark's record-setting performance, during which she established a WNBA single-game assist record, Boston took to Instagram to honor her teammates' success, articulating her pride and admiration. In response, Clark, through their participation in Unrivaled, they can maintain optimal physical fitness during the off-season while improving their capabilities and incorporating new facets into their game, which will invariably augment their performance in the forthcoming season. For both fans and analysts, the involvement of these players in the Unrivaled League serves as a distinct indication of their commitment to personal and professional development. This engagement is anticipated to enhance their individual performances and create pathways for future WNBA athletes to pursue new opportunities and advance the progression of the sport. By entering this groundbreaking league, They exemplify how athletes can transcend their limits and continue to make unique contributions to the game. Aaliyah Boston has shown considerable growth over the past 2 seasons. Currently, the franchise, which reached the playoffs last season for the first time since 2016, is in the process of constructing a new practice facility scheduled to open prior to the 2027 WNBA season, as announced by the Fever on Thursday. The $78 million Performance Center will be located in downtown Indianapolis, connected to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the home venue of the Fever, by a skybridge. We are thrilled to collaborate with Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett to pinpoint the ideal site for the Indiana Fever Sports Performance Center, stated Herb Simon, owner of Pacers Sports and Entertainment. The city of Indianapolis remains an exceptional partner as we advance our team, players, and community. Historically, the Fever utilized their own practice court and training space within Gainbridge Fieldhouse, which also serves as the home for the Indiana Pacers, with renovations completed in 2020. The forthcoming facility will feature state-of-the-art amenities, including 2 regulation-sized courts with natural light, top-tier strength and conditioning equipment, dedicated yoga and Pilates areas, a hydration station, and a full-service kitchen. To facilitate player recovery and rejuvenation, the center will include spa-like amenities such as massage services, infrared light therapy, a sauna, steam rooms, heat studios, a float tank, and multiple hydrotherapy pools. It's thrilling. I was just mentioning how it's a wonderful opportunity, Boston remarked. Considering how much our owners invest in us, it's incredibly exciting to have our own dedicated facility. The team will also benefit from a private outdoor courtyard as well as mental performance spaces within the center. Additional features will include a hair and nail salon, childcare facilities, and a podcast and content production studio to support player lifestyles. Boston and her Indiana teammate Lexie noted that the Fever engaged with the players early on to discern their preferences for the new facility. It will enable us as athletes to arrive and have access to everything we require, Hull remarked. It is challenging returning from a lengthy road trip and having to coordinate details such as where to find hair services, recovery options, and massage therapy. Everything will be conveniently located for us, allowing us to be optimally rested and prepared for our competitions. I believe this will not only benefit our team but also entice high-caliber free agents. Las Vegas, Seattle, and Phoenix have recently inaugurated new training facilities, while Chicago is currently constructing one. This top-tier training center exemplifies our organization's persistent commitment to providing our players with the utmost resources necessary for success, stated Kelly Krauskopf, president of basketball and business operations for the Indiana Fever. As we look towards the future, our emphasis on developing an exceptional player experience tailored specifically for female athletes will distinguish us. The WNBA has not previously witnessed a player of Caitlin Clark's caliber, both in terms of her performance and the influence she exerts regarding viewership and merchandise sales. Her capacity to attract attention became evident during her tenure at the University of Iowa, a trend that has continued since her transition to professional play, as evidenced by the Fever's record attendance and their significant improvement from the basement of the standings. Presently, the Fever is in the process of constructing a new practice facility. The organization currently shares their game court, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, with the NBA's Pacers. However, they will soon have a dedicated space. The estimated cost for the project is approximately $78 million, with completion anticipated in time for the 2027 season. The Indiana Fever Performance Center is projected to be within walking distance of the Fieldhouse, facilitating a seamless transition for the players. While NBA teams typically maintain their practice facilities separate from their game venues, only 4 WNBA teams have established such dedicated facilities. The Chicago Sky, Las Vegas Aces, and Seattle Storm are among those teams that have initiated or completed similar ventures. These organizations collectively secured 4 consecutive league championships until this season, potentially indicating that the Fever could ascend to an elite echelon within the WNBA. The Fever is poised to become the 5th team, and their facility is expected to be truly state-of-the-art. It is commendable to observe emerging teams and leagues invest in their futures when the prospect arises, and this exemplifies such a scenario. Players and individuals like Clark are rare, and the Fever undoubtedly understand the significance of their unique standing. They are now strategically positioned to optimize Clark's career and, furthermore, attract the leading talents in women's basketball for many years to come.